So today we'll start a new chapter. So that is nothing but thermodynamic, or else we used it as chemical thermodynamic. So listen, student, before we start this chapter, we should know that each and every molecule in the universe has some chemical energy, isn't it? So whenever we consider any molecule, it has a chemical energy. See, isn't it? So every chemical has bind with some amount of chemical energy. So now the question arises, how this chemical energy will be utilized? See, so whatever the chemical energy which is stored in the molecule, if we consider it as a molecule which has a chemical energy, it can be released as, what, students? It can released as heat. Yes, it can released as heat, or else we can use this chemical energy for mechanical energy, isn't it? For mechanical energy, we use this for the mechanical energy, or else we can produce electrical energy, isn't it? When you use battery, isn't it? When we use batteries, it will convert chemical energy into electrical energy. When we consider a vehicle or anything where chemical energy is converted into mechanical energy, when we consider any transformation of heat, in that case, what will happen? So chemical energy is released as a heat, isn't it? So that means at a particular time or at a particular state, what will happen? Heat or the chemical energy will be transformed, isn't it? Transformed from one energy state to another, isn't it? Isn't it, student? So that means whenever we consider a system or whatever it is, the molecule in which it can be converted to heat, mechanical energy, or else electrical energy, isn't it? So now listen, whenever we consider chemical energy where heat transferred or chemical energy transferred from one energy state to another energy, and that we are going to study in case of thermodynamics. So now the question, what is thermodynamics, students? It is a branch of chemistry, or it is a branch of whole science, because we study thermodynamics in physics also. Clear? It is a branch of science which deals with what, student? Thermal energy. That is nothing but heat. Clear? So it is a branch of science which deals with the study of heat transfer or intertransformation of heat from one particular state to another particular state. Clear? With one form to another form. So that is but thermodynamics. Listen carefully. Thermodynamics is a branch of science which deals with the study of interconversion of what? Interconversion of heat energy from one form to another form, which convert from one state to another energy state, is known as thermodynamics. So listen, student, here thermodynamic deals with the study of heat transformation, but it never deals with the rate of reaction. So now the question, what is rate of reaction, student? What do you mean by rate of reaction? So listen, whenever we consider rate of reaction, it explains about the changes in the reaction with respect to time. So that means rate of reaction is nothing but change in concentration or change in the pressure with respect to time. We consider with respect to time. So that is nothing but rate of reaction. Clear? Here, thermodynamics will never deal with the rate of reaction. There is another branch of chemistry which is nothing but chemical kinetics. Yeah, in case of chemical equilibrium, we consider rate of reaction. So another one, it will never explain how the reaction takes place. It will never explain about the reaction. That means how the chemical reaction or how the change will occur. It will never explain, isn't it? But thermodynamic can explain only when we consider change from initial state to initial state to final state. Clear? So it explain only about initial and final state of the chemical reaction. Clear, student? So see, thermodynamic is nothing but it is a branch of science which deals with the interchange or interconversion of heat from one particular form to another. So that is the first thing. Next, it never reacts or it never deals with the rate of reaction or how the reaction will take place. It always consider or it will deals with the how this will change from initial state to final state. That is change in whatever it is, heat or whatever. Clear? So this is nothing but about your thermodynamic system. Now, important one. So law of chemical thermodynamic. Law of chemical thermodynamic is applicable. It is applicable only for the equilibrium system. Equilibrium system. What do you mean by equilibrium system, students? When we consider system at equilibrium, yes, at a particular pressure and temperature, it must be constant. Clear? So whenever we consider equilibrium system, in that case, pressure and temperature will be at constant. That is, there is no change. Yes, almost at the equilibrium or standard system. Is it clear? Is it clear, student? Huh? So it only deals with the change from initial to final state of the system. So now to study about thermodynamic, we should know about thermodynamics terms. That is very important. So to study about the thermodynamics, we have to know about the thermodynamics term. What are thermodynamics terms? So thermodynamic terms. So now itself I consider, isn't it equilibrium system? A system which is at an initial state or a system with a final state. So that means system is one thermodynamic term. Remember, students, so there are three terms. First one is system. Second one is surrounding. And third one is boundary. We should know these thermodynamic terms. So now the question, what is system, student? What do you mean by system? See, if in case I'll consider this one, I'll consider a beaker or whatever it is, okay? I'll consider this ink bottle and I'm studying about the ink which is filled in that bottle. Clear? So that means we are studying about the ink which is present in that container. Clear? So now that is your system. That means anything which is under observation, or which is under study is known as system. Listen, it is a part of universe. It is a part of universe which is under thermodynamic studies or which is under observation or which is under observation. So what is system, student? What do you mean by system now? It is a part of universe. So now what is universe? Whole and soul, everything is a universe, isn't it? It is a part of universe which is under study, thermodynamic study, or else it is under the observation, is called system. See, whenever I consider one beaker, it is a beaker which is filled with water or any liquid. Clear? So this one is, I'll consider it as liquid. So this is your beaker. Clear? So now listen, in this case, liquid is under study or observation. So this liquid is under observation. So now the question, which one is system in this case? Beaker or liquid? Beaker or liquid? Liquid, isn't it, students? So again, I'll consider one system, or else I'll consider this duster. I'll consider this duster. Huh? So now the question is, which one is system in this case? Which one is system in this case? Duster itself, isn't it? So this itself is a system. So whatever the condition or whatever the state of the matter, whichever it is under the observation, that is known as system. Remember this, students, very important it is. What do you mean by system? System is nothing, it is a part of universe. It is a part of universe which is under study or which is under observation. So now comes what is surrounding. What do you mean by surrounding? So now listen, if in case I'll consider this one, I'll consider this one. So now the question, which one is surrounding, students? Beaker, so here I'll consider this one, okay? So this is a whole thing is universe. This whole thing is universe. So now my question is, which one is surrounding? Yes. So surrounding is nothing but it is a portion of universe. It is a portion of universe, which is not part of what? System. It is a portion of whole universe which is not a part of, what? System. That means except this system, whole thing is nothing but your surrounding. Clear? Is this clear, students? Surrounding? Is this clear? What is surrounding? Surrounding is nothing but it is a portion of universe which is not a part of system. So next comes boundary. So now question, student, what is boundary? What do you mean by boundary? What is boundary? See, in this case, which one is boundary? Beaker. What about this one? Which one is boundary in this case? Duster. In case of duster, which one is boundary? Edges. How? So that is also under observation. Surface of duster. So that is also under observation. Yeah, that is right. But remember, hand is not a boundary, okay? I just considered to hold this. So listen, student, boundary is nothing but it is a real or imaginary. Very important. It is real or imaginary wall which differentiate or which separates system with the surrounding. Clear? Remember, student, it is a real or imaginary wall which separates system from surrounding. System from surrounding. Is it clear? Is it clear? What about thermodynamic terms? There are 3 terms: system, surrounding, and boundary. System is nothing but it is a part of universe which is under study. And the surrounding is, it is a portion of universe which is not a part of system. Except this whole thing is nothing but your surrounding. Clear? So now, what is boundary? See, whenever I consider liquid in a beaker, beaker is the thing, but it is a boundary, isn't it? But whenever I consider solid compounds, so this is have a imaginary boundary or imaginary wall, because there is a differentiate between this and surrounding, isn't it? So there is a changes. That means there is a separation between the system and the surrounding. So that's why, remember student, it is real or imaginary wall which separates surrounding with system is known as bond. Is this clear? Is this clear, students? Huh? Next important one is types of system. So we know about system, isn't it? So next one is types of system. Types of system. Any ideas, students? What are the types of system? What are the types of system? So there are 3 types of system. Yes, first one is open system, closed system, and the third one is isolated system. First one is open system, next one is closed system, third one is isolated system. See, I'll consider same example. Liquid in a beaker. Liquid in a beaker. So now this is nothing but your system which is under study. So this one is boundary, and the remaining part is nothing but surrounding, isn't it? So now the question, student. So now I'll consider hot water in a beaker. I'll consider hot water in a beaker. So what will happen? Huh? So this all things are depending on energy and matter. Energy and matter. So now, if in case I'll consider this system, see, beaker which is filled with a water or any liquid. So now question, in this case, energy will be exchanged with the surrounding, or matter is exchanged with the surrounding or not? Huh? So I can remove some amount of water, isn't it? So then, if in case we are considering hot water, if in case I'll consider hot water, what will happen here? If in case I'll consider hot water, what will happen? There is an exchange of heat, isn't it? There is an exchange of heat in the form of energy itself. So now I'll remove 1 or 2 tablespoons of water. Just I'll remove 1 drop or 2 drop, whatever it is. I'll remove that quantity of water. Is there exchange of matter? Huh? See, this is already filled with almost 100 ml, whatever it is. So now I'll remove 10 ml of water from this. What do you mean by matter, student? You know matter, isn't it? So now I removed water. That means there is an exchange of matter also. Isn't it? Isn't it, student? Now I'll consider another system. Which is sealed. Clear? Again, I'll consider 100 ml water itself. I'll consider 100 ml water, same hot water. I'll consider same hot water. So now the question, is there exchange of energy or matter? No. No exchange. See, I'm considering simple beaker. In that, I consider hot water. See, in simple glass chamber or any steel vessel, I considered hot water. So now the question is whether the heat and matter, that means energy and matter, will exchange or no. Think. It is a sealed container. It is an open container. Huh? We can, yeah, there is exchange of energy, isn't it? Hot water can convert into cold water. isn't it? After some time, what will happen? Energy will be released, isn't it? So that means only energy can be exchanged. Only energy can be exchanged. What about matter, student? What about matter? See, sealed tube it is, sealed container. Huh? What happens? There is no exchange, isn't it? But in this case, what happens? Both energy and matter can be exchanged, isn't it? So now I'll consider another condition, that is one thermos. I'll consider thermos. So now tell me, I'll consider thermos. Thermos flask. Again, same condition, I'll consider hot water. I'll consider hot H2O. Again, same quantity, 100 ml. So now question. Huh? Yeah, it is insulator. Yes, it is insulator. So now question, whether the exchange of energy and matter will take place or no? No. How? We consider thermos flask, which is insulator. Huh? No, I consider 100% thermal flask. Huh? If I consider 100% thermal flask, yes, there is no exchange of energy and matter. So now just tell me, which one is open system, which one is closed system, which one is insulated system? First system is open system, second system is closed system, third one is insulated. Remember, open system, in case of open system, there is change of or exchange of energy and also exchange of matter with system. Remember, so open system is one in which there is a exchange of matter and exchange of energy from system to surrounding, from system to surrounding or from surrounding to system. But in case of closed system, what happens? There is no exchange of matter, there is only exchange of energy. Clear? We consider energy in this case, okay? Then the energy. Third one, in isolated system. What do you mean by isolated system? A system which cannot exchange both matter and energy is known as isolated system. Clear? Now, here, in case of this one, boundaries are not sealed, isn't it? In this case, all boundaries are not sealed, isn't it? But in this case, huh? It is sealed, but it is not isolated. It is sealed, but it is not isolated. Clear? Third one, it is sealed and isolated. Boundaries are sealed and isolated. Clear? Listen, student. If in case I'll consider open system, in case of open system, we can exchange both energy and matter. See, so hot water is taken in a flask. Hot water is taken in a flask. What happens? After some time, what will happen? Heat may be exchanged and it may become cold. Clear? Then I'll just remove 10 ml of water from this system. What will happen? The matter is also exchanged. Or else I'll pour some amount of or 50 ml of water. I'll consider 50 ml of water in case of this one. Yes, from surrounding to system, there is a transfer of matter, isn't it? But in case of hot water, which is in a sealed container, what happens here? What happens here? What happens, student? What happens? Yeah, it is isolated system and insulated system also. We consider isolated system. It is isolated system. Okay, in this case, what will happen? So see, here I consider sealed container. So now I'll pour 50 ml of water. What happens here? Huh? It is already sealed. Is there any matter will exchange? No. But energy can be transformed from the one to another. Isn't it? So that means from system to surrounding. But in case of third, what will happen here? It is a thermal or insulated or isolated system. Clear? So example is thermos flask. What will happen in this case? Again, I'll consider 100 ml of water and it is around 50 degrees Celsius hot water or 100 degree, or I'll consider 150, whatever it is, 100 degrees Celsius. Clear? So now what happens? Again, I'll pour some amount of water in this case. What will happen? It is sealed and isolated, isn't it? It is sealed, so that's why there is no exchange of matter. Whenever we consider this one, so now I'll just start to heat this thermos flask, or I'll just leave that as it is, or I'll keep it in a freezer. What will happen? It is insulated system. Clear? So there is no exchange of energy. Is it clear now? Is it clear, students? So these are nothing but types of system. These are types of system. Remember, student, if in case we consider thermodynamic terms, so that is system, surrounding and boundary. If in case we are considering type of system, see type of system in that three: open system, closed system, isolated system. Example for open system, hot water in an open beaker. Clear? In case of closed system, hot water in a closed system. Or else you can consider copper container. You consider copper container which is filled with hot water or whatever it is. There is a transformation of heat. Or else you can consider transformation of energy from one source to or one form to another form, isn't it? So there is no exchange of matter. There is exchange of energy, isn't it? When we switch on, what will happen? There is an exchange of energy. Next one, thermos flask. What happens here? There is no exchange, isn't it? So any hot water or any liquid which is considered in a thermos flask or isolated flask. Is this clear? Is this clear, student? Yes. Okay. So next important one is states of system. State of the system. So now the question arises, what is state of the system? Is there any idea, student? It may be solid, liquid, or whatever it is. What is state of the system? We consider state of one state to another state, isn't it? We consider one state of system or one state to another state, one form to another form. How? What is state of the system? See, I'll consider a particular example, same, liquid or hot water in case of beaker. So now I'll just tell, so this is at a single state, that means one state of the system. No, it may be liquid, it may be gas. Listen, state of the system is nothing but it is a one in which fundamental properties. What are fundamental properties? Do you know any idea? Do you have any idea about fundamental property? What are fundamental properties of any system? Fundamental properties, external conditions like them. Yes. So fundamental properties like pressure, temperature, and volume are at definite or those are constant, that is known as states of matter. So listen, student, listen one thing. So state of the system is nothing but it is one where the fundamental properties like pressure, temperature and volumes have a definite value or have a constant value. Have a definite value or constant value is known as states of the system. Listen, melting point is not, it is not a state of system, but at melting point, there is some state. That means it has a specific temperature, pressure, and volume, isn't it? So remember, we consider almost these three, which is fundamental properties. Clear? So there are so many properties: melting point, boiling point, viscosity, surface tension, isn't it? But we consider these three main things. So STP, standard temperature and pressure, with the volume, isn't it? So listen, state of the system is nothing but at which the fundamental properties lie. Remember, state of the system is, see, there is another term, so that is state variables or as state functions. So that's why just remember, state of the system is one in which fundamental properties like pressure, temperature, and volume are at constant value. See, I'll consider two systems. Same. So now first system with 100 degrees Celsius, second system with 50 degrees Celsius. First system at 1 bar pressure and second system with 2 bar or whatever it is pressure. And the third is, here I consider volume as 1 liter on 1 cm cube, and in this case I consider it as a 0.5 liter, isn't it? What, Shraddha? Shraddha, what was your question? Okay, listen, in this case, what happens? See, so temperature, pressure, and this is volume, isn't it? So all these three are definite for this system, isn't it? So now I'll move from 1 to state 2. Clear? What happens here? It is 50 degrees Celsius, 2 bar pressure, 0.5 liter. So that means state 1 has definite value for pressure, temperature, and volume, isn't it? Second state has a different value. Clear? So that means each and every system, when we consider it as a state of the system, in that case, what will happen? It has same pressure, same temperature, and same volume. Clear? This is volume, same volume. Is it clear? Is it clear? What is state of the system? What is state of system? It is one where the fundamental properties like pressure, temperature, and volume will be at constant value or at a definite value. So now we'll consider what is standard state. What is standard state? Any idea, student? What is standard state? So I'll consider any system at standard state. What will be the condition? Yeah, state of the system must be at standard temperature and pressure. Whenever we consider any system at STP, we call it as standard state. Is it clear, student? Is it clear? Is it clear? So see, very important, it is standard state is nothing but if the system is at standard temperature and pressure, in that case, we consider it as a standard state. So next one is about state function. Next one is about state function, or else we call it as state variable. What is state function or state variable? So now just tell me, student. So this statements are state variable or state function. Standard state. It is a state of system at standard temperature and pressure. Or else you can consider it as specific temperature and 1 bar pressure. Specific temperature and 1 bar pressure. Clear? So now, state of function or state variable. I already told in this statement, there is a state of function or state variables. There are state functions or state variables. What are those? What are those? Yes. So states of functions are nothing but pressure, temperature, and volume. So state of function can be described by the fundamental properties like pressure, volume, and temperature. Is it clear, student? Is this clear? What is state function or state variable, or it is also known as thermodynamic variables or thermodynamic function? What are these things? The state of system can be described by some fundamental particle, isn't it? The state of system can be described by the fundamental properties like pressure, temperature, and volume. And those are known as state of function. State function, sorry, state function. Is it clear? Huh? So the state of system can be described by fundamental properties like pressure, temperature, and volume, isn't it? And those properties are known as what? State variables or state function Is it clear? Is it clear? And the main thing is the system or the state functions only depends on initial condition and the final condition. See? So these state function or state variables depends on initial condition and on final. So that means it never depends on the path. Clear? Remember, student, this is very important point. State function depends only on initial and final state of the system, but it will never depends on the path of the system. Remember this point, student, this is very important. Is it clear? Is it clear, student? So next one is about properties of the system. What are the properties of the system, students? What are properties of the system? Do you know anything about properties of the system? Properties of the system. What are the properties of the system? No. So properties of the systems are nothing but these example: temperature, pressure, volume. So these are nothing but properties of system. That means which can explain the system. So now I'll consider viscosity. It is also properties of the system, isn't it? So now I'll consider surface tension. It is also one property. Refractive index property, volume property, mass property, temperature, it is also property, isn't it? So properties are nothing but, these are nothing but kind of systems. That means we can measure the quality or quantity with this, isn't it? So now there are two types of property. So next one is about properties of the system. Properties of system. See, there are two types. First one is intensive property, intensive properties. Second one is extensive property. So now, how these two things were related with the system? So question is, what is intensive property and what is extensive property? So now I'll consider simple example, mass and temperature. Mass and temperature. So again, I'll consider one beaker with 100 gram of any substance, another beaker with around 50 gram of substance. Clear? 50 gram of substance, and here I'll consider 50 degree Celsius, and here also I'll consider 50 degrees Celsius. Clear? So now question arises. In this case, mass is 100 gram. Or else simply I'll consider one simple example. So that is a beaker which is filled with around 100 gram of any substance with 100 degrees Celsius. Clear? So or else I'll consider 1 liter substance or liquid with 100 degrees Celsius. So this is condition 1. Okay. So now listen, I'll just remove or I'll just pour 0.5 liter of this solution in another beaker. Clear? So initially it is at 100 degrees Celsius. So now I'll just remove 5.5 liter in another beaker. So now question arises, what is the temperature in this case? What is temperature in this case? See, first system, there is 1 liter water at 100 degrees Celsius, isn't it? So now I'll just pour 0.5 liter of the water or anything in another beaker. That is system 2. So now the question is, what about temperature? Yes, 100 degree. Why? Why it is 100 degrees Celsius? I removed 0.5 liter, isn't it? In that case, it must be 50 degrees Celsius or whatever it is. Isn't it? It is 50 degrees Celsius, isn't it? No, it does not depend on matter. Yes, that is the right thing. Clear? Here, the difference between intensive and extensive properties, that only. That is, in case of intensive property, these properties are independent of what? Independent of, yes, matter, or I'll consider it as amount of matter present in what? Present in system. Clear? So these are property which are independent of. That means it will never depend on the amount of matter present in the system. So that is known as intensive. Remember, this is very important. You'll get 2 marks question from this, either intensive or extensive. What is intensive property? Give example. What do you mean by intensive property, student? So these are properties which are independent of amount of matter present in the system. Clear? That means it will never depend on the quantity of the system. Quantity of the matter which is present in the system. Any example, student? Any example for quantitative, sorry, intensive property? Any example for intensive property? Example, intensive property. Pressure, yes. Pressure, next one. Temperature, next one. Mass, mass depends or independent? Mass depends or independent on amount of substance? Amount of substance depends, isn't it? Mass, huh? Okay, then, yes. Melting point, then, yes. Boiling point, then density, then you written density, after that there is a question mark. Density is right answer. That is intensive property itself. If in case I'll consider oil, it is highly dense than water, isn't it? I'll consider single droplet of oil. What will happen? It will same. Density will be same, isn't it? So that's why density is also one of the intensive property. Yes. Then refract. Number of molecule depends on the mass, isn't it? Number of molecule depends on the mass. Yes, surface tension, refractive index. So these are nothing but intensive property. Remember, independent, intensive. Both are interrelated. Next one is extensive property. What are extensive property, students? Just answer. Extensive property. Yeah, these properties are depends on the amount of or the quantity of matter which is present in system, which is present in the system. Example, yes, amount of substance, amount of substance, amount of substance. Next, volume. Next, volume. Mass is already finished. Yeah, there are two more things: enthalpy, entropy. So this will study in this chapter, okay? And internal energy. Internal energy. So these are nothing but your extensive property. Remember these points, students. These are again very important. Clear? Enthalpy, entropy, and internal energy. About these three we'll study in this chapter. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear? So today we studied about thermodynamic definition. After that, terms, thermodynamic terms. After that, thermodynamic systems, terms are nothing but system, boundary, and surrounding. In system, types of system: open system, closed system, and isolated system. And next one is properties of the system, that is intensive property and extensive property. Also about state of the system and standard state of the system and state functions or state variable. See, you'll get 1 marks question from this. Yeah, so this is again, thermodynamic is very important chapter for almost 10 marks. Yeah, don't leave this chapter. From day one itself, you have to study properly so that you can achieve 10 marks. Okay.